Shri P.C. Modi, Secretary General Rajya Sabha and Member Governing Council, Sansad TV. Shri Rajit Punhani, Secretary Rajya Sabha and Chief Executive Officer, Sansad TV. His discourse has revealed everything. From the time he took over as CEO, we are seeing paradigm shift. You all can feel it. Dr. Vandana Kumar, Additional Secretary Rajya Sabha, Additional Chief Executive Officer, another very strong pillar of Sansad TV. First, my greetings to the entire Sansad TV family here. My congratulations to them for having brought Sansad TV to this level. I welcome the guests who are present here. This third anniversary, third conclave of Sansad TV is a significant milestone. Like all institutions that were started by the Honorable Prime Minister, this one too is blossoming and on incremental trajectory. As indicated by Rajit, the Honorable Prime Minister thought it fit, and rightly so. There was no occasion to have two TVs, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, because Indian Constitution defines Parliament as one. So that step was taken, which was in conformity with constitutionalism. As chairman of the Governing Council and as a regular avid viewer of Sansad TV, I can assure you what you get there is authentic information, knowledge, free and fair exchange of thoughts. On every occasion I have indicated to Rajit, wherever he may be, how we can make a difference. I am happy to note that execution has been much beyond my expectations. I am particularly grateful to Shri Om Birlaji. He has guided us, he has inspired us, he has motivated us to go the way we are going. Every fortnight, two of us sit together to find ways and means that Sansad TV reflects mood of the nation, a nation that is Bharat, home to 1/6 of humanity, and with population of 1.4 billion, the most populous, the oldest civilization on the planet. Having consulted, as a matter of fact, having inspired by Birlaji, it is his thought process, we have decided to have another new member in the Governing Council, a very distinguished journalist, a great parliamentarian, and presently he adorns the chair in Rajya Sabha as Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, Shri Harivansh Narayan Singh. Shri Harivansh ji now is a new qualitative addition to the Governing Council that comprises of the Chairman, the Speaker, the two Secretary Generals, Harivansh ji now, and CEO is there as Member Secretary. 3 years is hardly a time frame to assess an institution, because we are building a new institution. Human resources founded head of it. It is fundamental. We are working out a mechanism that will stabilize the system, that will create human resource, that will have calibrated journey. A report has been given to me, a painstaking report, a report well prepared has been given to me by Rajiv Punhani. It is under consideration of the Governing Council and we will take a call this month. India proudly and rightly is mother of democracy, the largest functional democracy on the planet, and the only democracy in the world that is constitutionally structured at all levels, the village, the municipality, the state, and the center. No other country has that kind of a system as we have. And therefore, media assumes great relevance. But Sansad TV is different. Sansad TV is not in the business of carrying news as is traditionally done. That doesn't mean it doesn't carry news, it does. But it is not in the rat race. We are breaking the story. It is exclusive to us. We are doing it without loss of time. We are the first. We are not in that race. This was a conscious decision taken when I became chairman. And in the process, CEO, Sansad TV, Rajiv Punhani, got in touch with similar global broadcasters, be it in the United Nations, United States, or other countries. And I can congratulate him particularly because Mauritius thought it fit to get guidance from our Sansad TV, and the CEO with his team had the occasion to go to Mauritius and assist them. We are having a plan which will be executed in next few weeks, not months, where we will be conduit to all well-wishers of Bharat in the country and outside, because our programs will reflect the ground reality. Our programs will indicate the depth of our civilization. Our programs will reveal to the world what Bharat is today. The world needs to know where was Bharat in 2014, where was Bharat in 2000, where was Bharat in 1990 when I was a minister and a member of parliament. We are alive to the situation that in every period there has been progress and people have shown devotion. But somehow or the other, on a global horizon, our progress left much to be desired. There was a time when global institutions, the World Bank, the IMF, they used to be in punishing mode for Bharat. They were advising us. And look at the accolades we are getting now from these very institutions that indicate that this land is favorite destination of investment and opportunity. Look at the appreciation the world holds for us in digitization. But are we, as a media house, serious about it? Are we proud of our accomplishments? I would say we need to revisit our thoughts. Development is not the agenda of our news. Development is not on the radar. Can you ever imagine more than 500 million people getting banking inclusion, where they had no audacity or hope to enter into a bank branch? And that doesn't stop there. They are beneficiaries, giving the nation a rare status of being in the world 50% consumer of direct transfers. That is our Bharat. The world has to know about it. The world has to know about it from authentic platform. Sansad TV is one. Where would you imagine a staggering challenge? A country then of 130 crore people. An idea occurs on 15th August 2014, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. We are now in the second decade of it. But 120 million toilets in households. Look at the gas connections. I am ignoring these things. Go to other areas which matter to the world at large. Technology. We are amongst nations in single digit that are doing it. Green hydrogen mission. Sansad TV carried a program, and I got inputs from several countries, from my friends. They could never imagine this is happening in India. That by 2030 you will have 8 lakh crore investment and 6 lakh jobs. Unimaginable. People are not aware of the opportunity basket. Our young boys and girls are in queue, in coaching centers, in silos, in search of only government jobs. Think for yourself. It was not for government jobs that International Monetary Fund said India is a global destination of investment and opportunity. Opportunity lies elsewhere. And that is why I compliment the CEO for having brought on the screen ISRO chairman. You cannot imagine what kind of opportunities are there. The world needs to know, our own people need to know. And we need to take pride in it. I say quite often, let it be sea, let it be land, let it be sky, let it be space. Our progress is phenomenal, exponential, unprecedented. We have every reason to be proud of it. In this ecosystem, where everyone has opportunity to flex muscles, exploit potential, realize talent, fructify dreams, we have narratives that turn Nelson's eye to these positive developments. They look at only the glass is empty, though it may be 95% full. They will make a great issue disproportionately. 5% is missing. To be very honest, Bharat lives in villages. I wish media realizes it. The destiny of Bharat is controlled by people whose aspirations are being met because they have affordable housing, they have connectivity in the village, they have a light in the home, and they look for now a rooftop solar power. That is not being covered at all. Sansad TV steps in to do those things. The time at the disposal of CEO and the team has not been enough. But I was discussing with the SG that in the short time, what we have achieved is commendable, but we have to go a long, long way because our achievements require we get into bigger shoes every day. When I look around, the face being changed, rural talent showing explosively in various positions, including in government assignments and civil services. We have someone in the US floating a narrative. IITs and IIMs only the upper class is admitted. I have no doubt in using an expression, they are in fool's paradise. They have forgotten India has changed. The privileged pedigree in this country is not there now. Everyone is accountable to rule of law. The big change is for the nation. The big change is for ordinary people. The big change is for our youth. Because privileged pedigree means you are above law. You are immune from law. You may do whatever culpable act. It will not be labeled as culpable. We are out of that. This country can claim such transparent, accountable governance that is driven by technology. In a country like Bharat, more than 100 million farmers get direct digital transactions, direct amount in their banks thrice a year. I don't see much in the government doing it. I'm proud that as farmer's son, that a farmer receives it. He is well equipped. That change we have to show to the world. We have to be a little bold in media. We have to address issues not with individuals on the radar. How can we have individual-centric approach? Someone talking, yes, our leader is being maligned. Let us look at institutions. Can we have accolades for one who is maligning in and outside the country, our sacred institutions, running down our growth? Can we countenance it? Can we overlook it? I, for one, will never do injustice to young boys and girls. We cannot have a wrong picture of Bharat painted, outside in particular. Every Indian, every Bharatiya who goes outside this country is an ambassador of this nation. He has to have nothing in his heart except 100% commitment for the nation, nationalism. We cannot fraternize with those who have sinister design against us, whose positioning is established being inimical to Bharat. They are aspiring perniciously to offer existential challenge to Bharat. Media has to take the lead. I would expect Sansad TV to have free and frank discussion, free and frank discourse involving intelligentsia, the academia, and the kind. We need to discuss. I'm happy to note that the CEO has in mind every fortnight he will take a subject. He will pick up the right people to debate, point and counterpoint. There has to be space always for the other point of view. There may be occasions the other point of view is the right point of view. But we must debate and deliberate and discuss that point of view. Sansad TV showcases Parliament to the people. It is a platform of disseminating information from Parliament. And Parliament, there is no free fall of information. We have assured anything said in Parliament will have to be sanctimonious. And if a person does make a statement, he or she will have to authenticate. That has been rigorously enforced. Media is rightly the fourth pillar of democracy. The most populous democracy, the oldest democracy, the mother of democracy, the most vibrant democracy wants media to be in pace with the development. We have become chronic critics. We have developed indigestible mechanism that yes, this is being done in this regime. Therefore, it has to be criticized. criticism and criticism, nothing but criticism as a part of policy is antithetical to democratic values. There are issues in the country, I am alive to them. The institutions in the country have to operate within their area. The judiciary, the executive, the legislature. I quite often say, we in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha cannot script judgment of the Supreme Court. It is their job. Similarly, no agency other than Parliament can script laws. That is our domain. Executive governance is job of the government. Executive governance is exclusive to the government because the government is accountable. The government first is accountable to legislature. If the government trips in performing executive duties, there is sense of accountability. And then after 5 years or earlier, the people of the country also take a call. How have we performed it in your executive domain? Now, if that executive power is controlled by someone else, the very thought of it is earth-shattering to me. How can executive power of the executive be taken over by someone? There can be no justifiable premise for it. Each institution has to act within its domain, optimally perform, keeping one thing in view, the nation at large. Constitution has given limitations. It has defined the role of every institution. If one institution steps into the role of other institution, at least order will suffer. When we find perceptionally people discussing that yes, executive actions are being performed beyond the executive, there needs to be held a debate amongst parliamentarians on television channels, by the academia, by the professors, so that as a nation we come out stronger. I firmly believe, and that is the ground reality, that all institutions in our country are robust. Our institutions are working with checks and balances. Our institutions have earned laurels. But if one institution from a platform makes a declaration about another, that jurisprudentially is improper, it threatens the entire system. I have no difficulty in asserting before you, jurisprudentially, institutional jurisdiction is defined by Constitution and Constitution alone. And therefore, jurisprudentially and jurisdictionally, there will be tripping if one institution gets into the domain of the other. Even if overstepping is subtle and perceptually maybe justifiable, that's a short-lived mechanism. For a short-lived mechanism or gain, we cannot sacrifice what is fundamental or spinal. I therefore would urge Sansad TV to be a platform for a point of view, for the other point of view, for in-depth analysis, an analysis that outclasses in format and content any other similar institution in the world. I have looked at debates outside also. We are at it. In coming weeks you will see that our youth will really enjoy watching Sansad TV more than what they do now. Because we have to handhold them. We have to be source of inspiration, motivation, and also source of knowledge for them. We are working in that direction. I don't want to speak about many things, but just imagine, Rajit, if there is a discussion on Sansad TV, the price we are paying in this country for lack of commitment to economic nationalism. Imagine the avoidable imports we are having. Imports of the kind like diyas, kites, furniture, furnishings, whatnot, even clothes. We are doing three big damages. One, our precious foreign exchange is going out. That is avoidable. We are snatching work from our people. They could make those diyas, those candles, that furniture, those trousers, those shirts, jackets. So we save foreign exchange. We are blunting entrepreneurship. There should be a healthy debate. A debate will be eye-opener if you will be able to tell the people at large that because of these avoidable imports, we have lost, I'm just giving empirical figure, around $100 billion every year. In the process, we also empower countries that may not be well inclined towards us. Second, how can this country be so genius with everyone being involved in activity, export raw materials? Have a debate, free debate. Let people say, why should we export only iron ore without value addition? Why should we not engage into massive value additions? All I am urging is, media is a great catalyst for development. Because by and large, people believe in the nation. Why by and large? Nearly all except a small category. They will be overconscious. Come to the next aspect. We take it routine. Someone in the country or outside criticizes our nation. I am tired. It hurts my mind and heart both when I say that someone whom I know, I belong to his fraternity, had the distinction like him to be a union minister, a man who has great reputation, could set a narrative afloat. What happened in Bangladesh can happen here. It's alarmingly worrisome. It's not my criticism. It is expression of my own conscious guilt that one of us could do it. Yes, we did have dark period. I urge the CEO to focus on Constitution Day. The Constitution Day was started and marked my two significant dates. The declaration was made in Mumbai that there will be Constitution Day. And the declaration was made on the birthday of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. That declaration was made. Gazette notification was equally important. I want young people to note these two dates. The man who gave us Constitution, on his day, the Prime Minister in Mumbai, while inaugurating one of his memorials, said there will be Constitution Day in India, a first beginning. But the Gazette notification was on another date. That was the birthday of the person who promulgated emergency. Youngsters need to know, you have not lived through that era, that this country, when it was in the 18th or 19th year of independence, liberties capsized, institutions collapsed, even Supreme Court did not come to the aid. Have it. Second, Svidhan Hatya Divas. We need to project it massively every year. Our people have to be sensitized. We cannot forget those who got freedom to us by laying down their lives when we attended on 15th August 1947. Similarly, we cannot forget those souls who suffered such kind of things, the indignities in jail for no reason, or a lack of them. We must have it. There must be real documentary. I am glad you are on way to having one streaming of it. Emergency Yes, we must have it. Our constitution formation, we must have it. We must have accomplishments of ISRO. You will be surprised, young boys and girls in particular. In 60s, parts of our rocket were being taken on a bicycle. And our rocket was launched from another pad in another country. And that was a time when Pakistan launched from its own pad. And now we are launching satellites of US, UK, Singapore. And for youngsters, this economy has avenues for you. All I am saying is, I can keep on going and going, and someone would think I am promoting government. Remember, we have to promote governments, we don't promote political parties. The difference has to be understood. Anyone in the country, if he or she finds that a good development activity is taking place, why not appreciate it? It is not appreciating an individual, and we therefore need to develop a culture. Therefore, development we will be bipartisan. Development should never be viewed from a prism that is political, because political prism blinds you. It makes you look at your political welfare. There are other issues of existential nature for the planet, climate change, and for the nation. Look at the ignorance of our people with Vedas. I, as Chairman Rajya Sabha, sought indulgence of the Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan that please make available Vedas to all the members of Parliament. They are mine store of knowledge. They reveal how rich we were. But I am sure, I don't want to say how many of us have physically seen Vedas. But Sansad TV can reflect authentically the pristine civilizational essence of Bharat, and the depth is 5,000 years ago. We are too quick, youngsters, to quote foreign philosophers. Look at our philosophers. एक कहावत है, गली में छोरा और गांव में ढिंडोरा. We have to be alive to our knowledge equity, our worth. I would not say more. All I would say, your hands are full. We have given you too many irons. Am I right? They are in the fire. You have to fire the imagination of the people of India, because Sansad TV stands for a mission. And the Sansad TV is promote public interest, come what may. If something needs to be done by way of improvement, Sansad TV must unhesitatingly highlight, because we can engage in audit on behalf of the public of every developmental activity. At the same time, we can neutralize any narrative which is pernicious and baseless. It should be a platform, it is emerging, one of high quality and distinctive output, a debate. Authentic information dissemination platform. We are unique because we have access to this, unlike others. We get from Parliament what is authentic. There is accountability. If information imparted on the platform of Parliament is wrong, he or she suffers serious consequences, including loss of membership. We have that. Inform and educate, that's fundamental. Easier said than done, because democratic values are getting nosedived before our nose. We are not taking due attention of that. And simply, we have to motivate people for public order. Take a small thing, discipline on the road. Imagine imagine what our country, how great it will be if everyone follows rules on the road. We have to motivate people, motivate district magistrates. That once a month they should be on road to tell people to be on the indiscipline. All I'm suggesting is that we need to ensure all voices are heard. All voices are important. A voice cannot be determined with the strength of its demographic power. A voice, a lone voice may be sane voice. A chorus may be in the wrong direction and the lone voice may be sane voice. Let us make it a platform. Our guiding motto, our North Star, is preamble of the Indian Constitution. And I therefore would conclude that while Sansad TV will be inspiration for the entire nation, it should be the main choice of our youth. They must look up to Sansad TV to enhance their knowledge in every field. They must come to know firmly the enormous expansion in the opportunity basket they have, the opportunities they have, and that they can know once they come to know how the opportunity is translating into ground reality. I'll conclude by saying, Mudra scheme. More than 45% women are getting advantage of it. They are getting advantage of it by employing themselves and employing someone else also. I wish Sansad TV in its third year, completion now, a great success. Wish you the very best. Challenges are ahead. Headwinds you will face. Terrain will be difficult. People will have air pockets for you. Some of them may be overcritical, unjustifiably critical, and they may take the easy route. You are a government organ. We are not, and those who say may continue doing so because they are not looking at the radar with proper vision. Thank you so much.